and I just started feeling really, really lonely and really homesick and whatever. So that's, I want to come home. And then she was like, are you sure? You sure you don't want to hold him? Like, no, I want to come home. Foolish Mayumi. Foolish Mayumi got the airports wrong. So foolish Mayumi missed her flight because she went to the wrong train station. So they were like pushing me from behind. And I woke up and I was like, no man, don't be in here. Don't be in here. This is serious.
And once we found out, well, there's a Duppy down there, I just said, okay, Duppy, hi. It's me. I'm coming for laundry. Hey, my lovelies.
Das ist nicht unser Hund diesmal.
Hey my lovelies, it's your girl Mel. Welcome back to my channel. We are here with mommy, so I already know say it's another story time with mommy. Story time with mommy. And
Kale.
Mayumi is also here, so
Pass auf.
you know.
Kale is demonstrating his toys for you guys, so don't mind him.
So they are going to tell you about something. So it's going to be these two on camera right now. I'll be, you know, in the background. So see you guys later. Disclaimer. The stories that I'm going to tell in this series are my experience, my truth, and my point of view over the past 38 years that I have been in Jamaica. And it's in no way intended to slander any person, the culture of Jamaica, or the island as a whole. Okay, my love, Mel's lovelies, we are in the year 2011. I think it was about January, when at that point in time Aljoschar was mostly in America already, like
Back and forth,
but most of the time he would stay over there, and it was pretty much obvious that he would probably, as soon as he could get some papers, he would be there constantly. So basically we just were doing our general work with the shop and living in Norwich, at the same time Melody going to school, when one day I get a phone call from Germany. And that phone call was from yours truly here. And all I heard is basically, Mommy, I want to come home. And I was like, okay. I mean, she had been abroad for a good while at that point in time, and I was pretty much surprised. But of course, when your child say, Mommy, I want to come home, what do you say? You say, yes, come. You know, and that's what I did. So I give over to you.
All right, so basically it wasn't just like that, you know, because like she said, Aljoschar was back and forth with his girlfriend at the time in America and stuff, and he actually called me and spoke to me and said if I didn't want to come over. And at that point my mind was made up as yet, but then I was in Germany. I just moved back, and then Mommy and Aljoschar were gone because they were only there for the Christmas market. And then after everybody was gone and I was there alone, I was like, I'm here all alone, like no family member at all whatsoever. And I just started feeling really, really lonely and really homesick and whatever. So that's when I called her and like, Mommy, I want to come home. And then she was like, are you sure? You sure you don't want to hold him? Like, no, I want to come home. And she's like, okay. So once she said yes, I just got everything planning to get over there. So that was in January, and by February, end of February, I was back in Jamaica. But before I got there, crazy story. So my flight was booked from London So I had to go back to London and then fly from London to Jamaica. And when I got to London, I stayed at a friend's house that I used to work with at the Cotton's restaurant that I told you about. He was a DJ. And I was only supposed to stay there one night. And then I stayed there, and then the next day, got all my stuff together, taking public transport to the airport. Because, you know, you have trams and trains and what they're called, tubes and whatever in London. So it's easy travel, basically. Foolish Mayumi. Foolish Mayumi got the airports wrong. Yes, got the airports wrong. Because they're like, what, 2 or 3 airports in London? Yeah, Gatwick, Heathrow,
and Stanford.
And I think I was supposed to go to Gatwick. And I ended up at Heathrow, or almost ended up at Heathrow. Because when I got to the train station to go to the airport, that's when I realized, wait, why is it saying Heathrow? It's supposed to say Gatwick. So, foolish Mayumi missed her flight because she went to the wrong train station.
And you know, London is very big, and if you do not get there, actually, she made me miss a flight one time too.
Huh?
Yeah,
I did?
to Germany, from London to Germany.
I did?
Ah,
I don't
because we
remember
went
that.
to the airport too late. You don't remember that?
No,
And that's another story.
that's another story. So anyways, yeah, so now I had to ask my friend if I could stay another night. Was it another night?
No,
it
that was
2 nights.
almost, it was more than that, because
No,
they
it was
only
2
flew
nights.
twice a week or something, right?
I think it was 2 nights. No, 3 nights. Yeah, 3
Yeah,
nights.
because they only fly twice a week. So anyhow, lucky thing, the time difference between Europe and Jamaica is 6 hours. Now in January it's only 5 hours from England. So
Yeah, that
because
time was
remember,
5 hours.
I would have had to go to Montego Bay pick her up. So if it had only been like a 1.5 hour flight, I would have been gone already to pick her up. But so luckily, with the time difference and the time of the flight, because from Europe, of course, you fly 10 hours, 11 hours to reach Jamaica, she had time enough to call me and say, "Mommy, I missed my flight." And I was, what? I couldn't believe.
What had happened as well, why it even got so late, there was traffic. Because I got stuck on the bus for like an hour and a half. If I hadn't gotten stuck, I would have probably still made it to the other airport. So that was one of the reasons why I even didn't make the flight.
But remember, because I did tell her before how to go, because I've done it several times. And what you do, you go to, was it Victoria Station? And there you take Victoria Station, and there is trains going constantly to Gatwick Airport. Constantly. And basically, like every 10 minutes you have a train. So basically, if she had been gone to the right train station right away, there wouldn't have been a problem. But when she called me, she said, "You know, somebody told me I should take that and that bus and this and that." But I said, "Mayumi, I did tell you to just go to Victoria, just take that." And
somebody from London is going to tell me where to go. I'm going to listen to them. They're from London. Come on.
Good luck with that one.
Anyway, so the person that I was staying with, I asked him if I could stay another couple nights, and he was like, because he only had one bed and he had kids, and it was the weekend as well. Yeah, because I was supposed to fly the Friday, and the next flight was the Monday. So like he was going to have his kids for the weekend. So I was like, shit, where am I going to stay? I didn't have anywhere else to stay. So I even ended up still staying there, but sleeping on my bags because there was no space in the little room that he had for himself, because he had 2 kids as well that were staying with him. So there was rarely any sleep for me, and then peeing up all over. But anyways, when Monday came, I even left earlier just to make sure in case anything happens again.
How did it go with the booking though? Did you have to buy a complete new ticket?
Yeah, I had to buy a new ticket.
Too. She lost one ticket completely, and I mean, it's not that cheap.
No, it wasn't that cheap. You're the one who had to pay for it, because I paid for the first one.
I had money at the time to pay.
Barely.
Oh,
But I
God.
guess I think we found one that wasn't so expensive because it was almost last minute because of the few days.
Something like that.
So 3 days later, I made it to the airport. I made it on the plane, and then I made it back to Jamaica. And the first thing I did when I stepped out the plane, I was like, home sweet home. Almost suffocated though because it was hot. Even though it was just February, but comparing to London and Germany being cold at that time, and then coming to here where the weather is just humid and whatever, but it was really, really refreshing and nice. So that's how I made it back to Jamaica.
And seeing that Yash was in America most of the time, remember we were living in Norwich where we had the upstairs part with 3-bedroom. Melody and Richie and me would be upstairs. Yasha downstairs. So Yasha said, well, you use my downstairs part because I'm hardly going to use it any longer. And then she went.
It still took him a while to go over permanently. So every time he left, I would go down there.
Yeah, well, we had another bedroom.
And then when he came back, I went back upstairs.
Yeah, we had another bedroom upstairs. So that was no problem neither.
But then after a while, when he left for good, I completely moved down there. And funny story, the first couple of nights after I moved down there, I think it was like 2 or 3 nights after I moved down there, I was sleeping and I just felt something pushing me out of my sleep, like literally going. And when I woke up, I didn't see anything. And I was like, am I dreaming or something? So I didn't see anything, so I was like, all right, maybe I was dreaming. So I went back to sleep, got back into a deep sleep and started feeling. I was laying on my side, by the way, so they were like pushing me from behind. And I woke up and I was like, is there a duppy in here or something? And I was like, all right. Because I was having weird dreams at night as well. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was having weird dreams. Anyways, went back to sleep again. And then a few minutes later, again, after I got back into my deep sleep, and I was like, no, man, duppy in here. Duppy in here. This is serious. So I went back to sleep and they actually stopped. I don't know who they were, but I think it's a female duppy. I'm not sure because I don't know, maybe, you know, she was like saying, yo, this is my place. What you doing here? This is my place. I don't want no other girl in here. I don't know, whatever. But anyways, the next morning I woke up and I told mommy the story, and mommy was like, yeah, well, you need to tell them, you know. You're here to stay.
I told you, and that is where Yasha will come in too, because he made some experience as well down there. And basically, he will tell you what he did because he was there before. And then I think we told Yasha that she got harassed.
Yes.
Again. And Yasha said, okay, make me tell you what I did, which she won't tell you right now because that is Yasha's story that will come right after this.
I'm just telling you my part.
Exactly. But eventually, I think you did what he advised you to do.
Yeah, basically, he just told me to confront the duppy. Just basically let them know you're here to stay. You're not here to cause any trouble. And hope we can get along. And that's that. And that's exactly what I did. And from then on,
I personally had no encounter with that same duppy myself, but our washing machine was down in their part, in their bathroom, because our bathroom upstairs was too small for it. So every time I went down there and I would open the door, the door would open to the kitchen part, and then you would turn right, go into the bathroom. Every time, day or night, I would open that door. It sounded like, ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And the first time I was like, that must be the wind or something, but there was no wind. So the first time I didn't really think anything about it. Just said, okay, maybe it's wind or something, but then I looked around, there was no wind or nothing. And then it actually happened every time I went down there, if somebody was down there, or if I was not by myself, nothing happened. But every time I came on my own, I opened the door. Ooh. So I got used to it. And once we found out, well, there's a duppy down there, I just said, okay, duppy, hi, it's me. I'm coming for laundry. And that was it then, too. I mean, I never encountered anything else, but
Well, you never told me
that
that.
was
This is the first time
no,
hearing this story.
I got so used to it. I guess I never told anybody really because I was like, okay, that's how
part of
it
the
is.
program.
But that is our little duppy story. So, that part of the house now is rented to other people because we moved from there, and I was
Part of the
always
house, the whole house.
no. Upstairs is not rented.
No, but we're not in the house anymore.
Oh,
so we moved out.
we moved completely from that house,
But
right? So
I
the
think
downstairs
downstairs
part
is
is rented
rented out.
out. And I was always wondering if the new person had any encounters like that. So, but I never spoke to them yet. But I find it interesting. I would love to know if it's still happening. Anyhow, that was our little
Dopey story.
Majumi coming home and Duppy story. So I guess that was it for our Duppy story. This time Yosha will tell his part about it very shortly.
Hi guys. All right, story time. We're at the point where I think we moved to Norwich. So mom wanted me to tell you about the experience I had with ghosts in the house. So the house had an upstairs, downstairs. I decided to go in the downstairs part, which was just like one room. Well, it was like a two room, one bedroom, a little kitchen, living room area, really small, and a bathroom. So anyway, it's moving back to Norwich. I would say the entire Norwich is like a graveyard because every house have a grave in their yard. At least one grave. Some of them have all 3, 4, 5 graves. So anyway, moved to Norwich. Moved in downstairs, got my bed, got everything sorted out. Everything was nice. Fix up my room, fix up my little living room area and stuff like that. Was living down there, but immediately, like from the first night, it kind of realized that something is strange down here. You get this vibe, this feeling, and I'm very susceptible to, like spirits are, so I guess, because I always know when something is around. So I start feel it to get more, and it's like somebody is here, watching and probably don't like the idea that I'm here. So, one day I just decide, say, what, just going to make him know the facts and know what's going on. So I sit down on my bed edge and kind of just start talk to him and say, yo, alright, I know it's probably your place and this, but, I'm here right now. I'm here to stay. Me no want invade in your space. Just want you to know that gonna be here now. And we just need to get along, not fighting or anything, not trying to fight you or anything. Just make you know, say we're there together and we're just going, be friends. And basically from that, him not really bother me no more. He not really make me feel no way or anything like that. I know he's there. I probably think, say, I kind of like me because I know some go reason with him and thing. So yeah, I mean, that's basically what mommy wanted me to tell you about my little, dopey experience down in the room. So anyway, back to mommy. Bye.
What did happen then when you started to live back in Jamaica? Well, she would work with us in the restaurant.
Yes, I started to work in the restaurant as a waitress. Basically, was I the only one at the time? Yeah, I was the only one at the time, I think. Because Shauna was pregnant.
No, she was there in the beginning when
Yeah.
you came back and
Yeah, but I didn't work
she
while
was
she was
freshly pregnant. She wasn't that pregnant yet, and
Yeah,
then
but she didn't
by
stay.
4 or 5 months she stopped to work.
Yeah, and I think that around that time is when I started to be the waitress. Before that, I was there and supervising and whatever.
Yeah.
And then I started as a waitress and basically took over the place. Yes, because I was freshly out of Europe where I worked at Cotton's restaurant. So in my mind, I have this set way of doing things. So I basically brought it to our restaurant here as well, which they weren't used to, as in the chef and whoever else, they weren't really used to it. But for me, it was normal because, that's how it's done in Europe. You have to be well mannered and well organized and well prepared and basically have your head on your shoulders when you're dealing with customers and dealing with orders. So, yeah, basically after a while, what happened after a while? Are we going
Nothing
there?
much. We just had our
Yeah,
usual tour. And then the waitress that was there when she came, as she was mentioning, she was pregnant, so she decided to stop work when she was about 5 months pregnant because she wasn't feeling too bright. And basically that was the only unusual thing at that point. Yeah, so I guess this was it for this mommy story time, and then we have to go on from there.
Yes.
So, Melody!
So guys, I was entertaining the kids.
Yeah.
As you can see, I'm sweating. But yeah, that was pretty much it for story time today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to make my braid go on, so thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Bye.
Here, Kali, you must hear him come. Here. Yes, cook my
Bye.
wine.
Say bye again.
Bye.
Kiki, bye.